I remember so many negative comments about Elon Musk and Tesla in
Yeah.
general. Where do you think Tesla may drop down to in the next several weeks? I agree with you about one thing. This is not the greatest chart out there. I think
No, if it can
Mhm.
pull back into what was the prior high zone, I think that's a nice area there for Nvidia. People should be keeping an eye on that zone.
All right, guys, hello and welcome. We're honored today to have my good friend and trader Charlie Burton of charlieburtontrading.com with us. So what I want to talk about with you, Charlie, is key charts of Tesla and Nvidia, which I think a lot of our viewers here do watch, Tesla and Nvidia. We're going to your charts. So guys, join us. Thanks very much. All right, guys, welcome back. Before we start, guys, and talk with Charlie, let me also mention that Charlie has a fantastic and phenomenal trading service, his Smart Signals. There's a brilliant offer, which he only gives our viewers. So do check out this link that you see here. It's a 14-day free trial of his Smart Signal service. Go to that link you see right there, bit.ly/Charlie Burton Signals. I'll put the link for you guys in the description, and you get access to everything he offers in that Smart Signal service. And we'll talk more about this, by the way, with Charlie Burton at the end of this video. So make sure you stick around when Charlie will explain more about that particular trading signal service. Charlie, let's go on to your charts of Tesla first and then Nvidia. People often ask you questions about that. If you want to go ahead and share your chart of Tesla first and
Turn the
then,
screens
yeah,
off,
yeah,
the
go ahead.
video
Yeah.
off.
People often ask me, hey, Alessio, where do you think Tesla eventually will be going in the longer term, maybe by the next 6, 12 months?
Hmm.
I've given my view already. I think people know it, which is generally as long as Tesla protects above and stays above the spring lows, let's put it that way, I think there is a potential for Tesla eventually to move to the prior highs that it had there in 2024. By the way, one thing I want to mention here, Charlie, which is quite fascinating and hilarious at the same time, when that big crash occurred, if you want to just point to the lows we had, yeah, just point your cursor to the lows of March, April. Yeah, I remember so many negative comments about Elon Musk and Tesla in
Yeah.
general. I remember people were, I put a video about Tesla saying I was expecting a big bounce, which by the way did happen, as we can see there. And then the comments that I was reading was, oh, Elon Musk, it was very negative on Elon Musk. They're saying Elon Musk does not know what he's doing. He should not speak. Every time he speaks, he keeps crashing the stocks. Sentiment was so negative on Tesla and Elon Musk that you just knew the market was going to do the opposite. And it did do the opposite. It rallied eventually in the next
Mm.
several weeks.
Mhm.
Anyway, but that's enough about that's just an anecdote about
Yeah.
the sentiment. What's your view on the chart here?
Um, in order to have a longer term view, you need to go to a longer term chart. So you're
Yeah.
right. I need to be looking at the likes of the monthly chart there and the weekly.
Mm.
Longer term, I'm like you. Actually, I am a bull towards Tesla as a stock. I think
Uh-huh.
with all of the products that are going to be coming online. I think that's going to be driverless taxis, all of that. I think there's a lot of good stuff that's going to be coming in the future, and I think it will benefit the stock price. So I'm a longer term bull towards to the likes of Tesla here, yes. From a company perspective as well. But
Yeah.
from a technical perspective, yes, you're right that it needs to hold that, we'll call it $225 zone. It needs to hold on to that. So otherwise something else is going on in the near
Yeah.
term. But longer term, I'm a bull towards it, yes. But right now, the only thing that if I come to the daily chart, it's not actually from a purely technical perspective on a daily chart at the moment, it's not actually saying much to me. It's chopping
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot for me to
Mm.
derive from it in the near term
Yeah,
here.
sure.
Anything could happen really. But longer term, yes, I'm bullish towards it. But the near term, day
Mm.
to day, I think that if the S&P, if the stock markets are going to dip, then
Mm.
quite possibly we might see the likes
Yeah.
of Tesla dipping along with the stock markets. But there's not much from a technical perspective other than I've got my purple zone here that yes, we're trading around this whole
Mm.
historical levels here, but yeah, there's nothing too specific for me at the moment with regards to the stock in the very near term. There's no,
Yeah.
I've got no particular technical chart pattern or anything going on. It's
Yeah.
just a bit choppy, really.
You mentioned the stock market, but if the stock market does see, if indeed it started a pullback correction, which seems likely,
Mm.
then it could put downward pressure on Tesla here, and Tesla might perhaps drop down to, I mean, where do you think Tesla may drop down to in the next several weeks, assuming the correction or pullback in the S&P has started?
Um,
We've got some support, probably the spring lows. That's where I'm looking at.
Yeah, yeah. I'd rather it didn't have to come that far
Yeah.
down for the stock itself, but yes, absolutely, that is a whole zone down there. 225 to 250 is a zone
Mhm.
that it could want to come down and test again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
But
don't have
I
much more
think
with you.
I agree with you about one thing. This is not the greatest chart out there. I think
No.
I don't understand why people are so obsessed with focusing only on Tesla, where there are charts out there of stocks which are much better patterns. I
Mm,
think the
mm,
next chart we'll go to has a much better look to it, especially more technically better, which is
mhm.
Nvidia. Hey guys, before we continue, I just want to quickly mention if you're looking for a reliable trading platform with fast execution, then look no further than Radex Markets, who is our sponsor for this video. With Radex, you can trade stocks, stock indices, Bitcoin, crypto, gold, currencies, and a lot more. You can apply for an account with Radex by going to this link, which is also in the description. Thank you very much. Let's get back to the video. Let's look at Nvidia now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, look at that. I mean, taking out the
yeah,
prior highs, much
yeah.
more cleaner. Um, but I think overdue for a pullback of some sort, perhaps.
Yeah, that 150 zone is an obvious zone. If it can
Mhm.
pull back into what was the prior high zone, I think that's a nice area there for Nvidia. Right now, if it does pull back, that would be the first zone to be looking at around
150,
that.
is it?
Yeah, yeah, around
Yeah,
that
yeah.
zone.
And if we just zoom in on that chart a little bit, yeah,
What, keeping on the weekly, or do you want to
yeah,
go down
yeah.
to
No,
the daily chart?
weekly is good.
Weekly. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
okay, so you're right. I think those prior highs you mentioned near 150, the prior highs of this year, or was it last year?
No,
Yeah,
that's just last year.
yeah. Those could get tested in a
Yeah, this
pullback.
whole zone is a cluster, isn't it? Sort of
Yeah,
150 down to 140 is quite a
yeah.
nice area, as we can see here. So I think that people should be keeping an eye on that zone
Hmm.
for, well, price reversals, whatever they're
Yeah.
looking for, if it starts to find support and then starts to rotate back. But that would
Mhm.
be an obvious area. If people are interested in picking up
Mhm.
some Nvidia, and trading it at some point, or buying it for long term, then that would technically be at least a level to at least have a look at. Yeah.
And by the way, longer term, what's your review about the longer term? As in, if you're bullish longer term, where do you think eventually you could go to? Do you have a
The problem that
potential?
I have, if I'm coming out to the monthly chart, Nvidia's are all-time highs. So I
Yeah.
don't use forecasting tools, projection tools. Like, I could use a fib extension. So if
Mm-hmm.
people like fibs, put a fib extension on and a 1.618
Sure.
extension on. But
Sure.
so for me, oops, I need to take that back to a weekly chart. Um, I don't have any sort of projections for the likes of this. I'd make it very clear. I don't trade these stocks.
Yeah.
I'm a currency trader, and I
Sure.
trade
Sure.
stock indices
Yeah.
and commodities. I don't really trade individual stocks. So I'm just looking at these as an independent analyst,
Absolutely.
on this.
Absolutely.
So for me, I don't have any major projections, but
Mhm.
overall, yeah, of course, I'm going to be bullish towards it overall, because it's an amazing company what it's done and it's
Mhm.
achieving. So you wouldn't want to write off
Yeah.
Nvidia still going to new highs.
Guys, before we finish, just mention one more time that Charlie Burton has a phenomenal offer on his Smart Signal service. So that's his trading service, the Smart Signals, where you get trading alerts to your phone. And essentially, these are AI generated. This is a 14-day free trial, no cards required, no payment required. Go ahead and check out the link in the description. The link is bit.ly/Charlie Burton Signals. From what I've seen, Charlie is fantastic. I have to admit, I've seen it myself. So, for example, what the trading signal service does, it issues certain trade setups or trades. For example, I'll put some screenshots there. For example, here's one on the Nasdaq, the US 100, and there's another one on Bitcoin, which I'll superimpose here. So this is quite interesting. So you get a probability rating on the actual trade setups on the alerts, and with specific stop loss levels and specific profit taking levels as well as the entry point as well. So entry, stop loss, and exit all included in the alerts that you send out. So really fascinating and very interesting. So tell us more about it, essentially,
Yeah,
Charlie.
they're artificial intelligence generated. So we've used the power of our AI system to backtest over 1 billion computations. So it's a huge amount of testing that AI can do in order to come up with these signals. So the signals are pushed out via our Telegram channel. And so it just comes through to your phone and you get a signal. The other thing to mention is that we always say a maximum risk of 1% on your account, whatever your account balance is. So if you had 10,000 in your account, you'd never risk more than $100 of that 10,000. As you said already, your followers, we're giving 14-day free trial to it as well. So there's no risk to them or, there's no financial commitment, nothing. Just give it a try, watch the videos, see the signals coming through and yeah, give it a try. There's nothing to lose.
That's a very good point. Guys, so you have a 14-day free trial of Charlie's Smart Signal service. Do check it out. And the link is right there for you, bit.ly/Charlie Burton Signals. So I'll put that link for you guys in the description. Again, click it and then register and then just follow the process. Very simple to set up.
Oh, one other thing to mention is that even after the 14 days, we're giving 50% off the subscription for the first 3 months as well. So I should mention that.
That's brilliant. Okay, so 50% off when you stay as well. 50% off the actual price for the first 3 months. Charlie, thank you very much indeed. I really appreciate it.